Hey mamas, welcome to your upper back and chest video. In my opinion, one of the most important ones as you're nursing, feeding, playing, cooking, cleaning, texting, getting smaller and smaller. So we're here to open up this space today. So you will definitely want to have a blanket that has some sort of like sturdiness to it. I have one of these falsa blankets, so it's woven, so it kind of holds its shape better. And then if you have a yoga block, you can also use this for some of the stretches or poses that we're going to be in, but you'll definitely want your blanket today. So the first thing we're going to start with is our reclined heart opener with our blanket. You can also do this one with a block right in the same place. So the blanket is going to be just kind of where your bra strap is. Even if you're not wearing one, you can just imagine where that is. Just under the chest, essentially. So right in the middle of the back, your thoracic spine. So when we come down onto that, we're hopefully giving our shoulders space to roll back into the ground. So like I've said before, no need to exert yourself coming down. You can always come down on your side, especially if you're newly postpartum. Find the bolster or blanket in that space on your back. You can always adjust here. And having your knees in this constructive rest position with your knees in and your feet out, right? Your heels are out, your toes are kind of pointed in. And then let your arms go wide. So once you do this practice, hopefully you can find some time to be with yourself. But once you start to learn these postures, hopefully they become second nature and you just drop into something like this when you're playing on the floor with your children. So they can put their cars on you, they can climb on top of you, depending on what stage they're in. But this is a great way just to, again, role model taking care of yourself and stretching and being in your body. So enough of that chatter. Let's just take a few breaths here. With every exhale, feeling the weight of your back press down into the blanket. It might be a really subtle feeling or a really big feeling in your shoulders. So just notice what's happening here as the shoulder heads have the space to roll back with your arms open wide. They could be cactused or T. Let's take 3 more mindful breaths here. And then when you're ready to slowly separate your knees, we're going to roll over to the side to press up and move the blanket, and then we're going to come right back down. Have that blanket off to the side so you have space on either side of you. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little rock from side to side. And then start to take the knees a little bit wider, creating these big circles. Okay, so we're practicing for the upper back and chest, but we will be moving down into the hips because, of course, it's all connected. Especially if you're seated, your hips are going to be impacted too. So let's take a happy baby here, letting the feet come up towards the sky. Pressing the hands down into the feet, and if you want, you can even rock a little bit here too. Feeling the pressure of your body, all of your muscles and bones pressing into the floor. Relaxing your head, your neck and shoulders here. If you're finding that your neck and your head are wanting to lift off of the ground for any reason, you can always put a pillow so that you feel more supported there. Take another deep breath, press the feet into the hands and pull the hands down. And then slowly release. Okay, we're going to turn onto our side one more time, stacking our shoulders, our knees, our hips. And then, like big alligator arms, stack your hands together. You can rest your head here. Our head is going to follow our hands. As you breathe in, big opening into your twist. Breathe out to close. Breathe in to open, twist. Breathe out to close. Let's do that again. One more time. Good. Now let's move that to the other side. Letting your knees stack, your arms, your hips. Take your breath in to open into your twist here. And exhale to close. Eyes follow the fingertips. And close. One more time. Good. Now roll yourself onto your belly. Bringing your forearms down to the mat or the floor, right? We don't even need a mat for this practice. We can just be right on the floor. Having your elbows underneath your shoulders into a sphinx. So let's give ourselves some time and space to get here. Feel a weight in your hips and your legs. And then let yourself sort of come down like you're a turtle in the shell. And then lifting up from there, pressing into your forearms, roll your shoulders back. And again, newly postpartum mamas, this is really nice to do with a slightly folded blanket under the belly, just to help feel connect to more blood flow in that area around the uterus as it's coming back to size. Right, so pull your elbows back towards your feet, roll your shoulders onto your back, press your chest forward. Relax your head and your neck. This is like tummy time, right? We're making sure that we're bringing our little babies into this position, but we also need it for the same reasons they do. Strengthening the back muscles, opening the chest. One more breath here. Okay, so now taking our rolled up blanket once again, we're going to bring our blanket rolling onto your side, right under your armpit. So not in your armpit, but just under. And you can let yourself sort of explore where it feels like you've gotten some meat. Right, a good space there. And this is, again, just a restorative place, so there's nothing that we have to do here. We're just giving our body the time and the space to open in these harder to reach places. about 5 to 10 breaths here when you're practicing. So we're about halfway there. And then when you're ready to, you can bring yourself slowly back onto your belly. Now we're going to switch sides. All right, you can see that my legs are stacked here, but if it makes sense in your body to let one foot come to the floor, you can bend that top knee. Just really lazily draping your head onto your arm and relaxing your neck and shoulder muscles here, and just inviting this sort of passive neck stretch. When you're ready to, come back down onto your belly. Use your hands to press yourself up through all fours. Move the blanket off to the side. And then we'll come down into a child's pose. With your hands coming to a prayer position in your child's pose, bend your elbows so that your thumbs start to take a dive towards the nape of your neck. Once you're there, you can start to inch your elbows forward even wider, and then press your elbows down into the floor. Big and full rounded breaths here, aiding the stretch. Moving down the underarms, the triceps. Good, and release your hands down, coming up to all fours when you're ready. That's also a great pose to practice if you have yoga blocks. You can bring your elbows to the blocks for more of a stretch so you can work your way up to that space. Now moving through some cat-cow stretches, breathing in, dropping your belly, roll your shoulders onto your back. Exhale, tuck the chin, press into the floor, drop the head. Breathe in, looking forward, roll the shoulders back. Exhale to round. Let's take a few more breaths like that. And then we'll pause in tabletop for our last pose here, puppy pose. Letting your arms walk out, hands towards the corners of the mat. Your hips stay high above your knees. Your forehead sinks to the floor or a block. Your elbows stay lifted as your palms press into the floor. Gently hugging your arms in towards your center line. Take one more breath here. And then dragging one hand in slowly, you can start to lift your head And walk your hands back in as you come to your seat. Shrugging the shoulders. Getting all loosey-goosey again here. Maybe finding some head circles, neck circles. Take a big stretch up towards the sky. Exhale, sun rays down by your side. Again, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, sun rays surround your body. One more time. Hope you're feeling some more space around your heart. And letting your shoulders draw down your back as a reminder for the rest of your day. Thanks for practicing with me today. I hope you're feeling really good around your heart space, your upper back, your chest. And be sure to incorporate some of these practices into your everyday play with your little ones.